There we go. We're on.
There we go. Okay. Good afternoon. It's the Board of Standards and Appeals public meeting for June 30th, 2021, 2 p.m. session. We are reading the board's withdrawals and decisions. The first item is item number 7, 2019-279BZ, 4119 Richmond Avenue, Staten Island. This is a request for withdrawal.
Right. So I just want to preface this as pursuant to the order, the executive order being lifted by the governor. The BSA determined that it would hold only a decision hybrid hearing today. So the BSA commissioners are now sitting in at 22 Reed Street, kind of scattered about a room so that we don't have feedback. And we did very much want to be able to include the Zoom hearing as part of this. And also a member of the public is in attendance as well, very distant, located at a good distance from the nearest staff member. So, so that first case, 2019-279BZ, is a requested withdrawal. So I'd like to make a motion to withdraw.
Chair Perlmutter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta.
Aye.
Application is withdrawn. Decision items, item number 8, 5545BZ, 63 Kingsland Avenue, Brooklyn.
Rolling, just give me a second. Okay, this case was deferred pending payment of outstanding fees. We have a cover letter submitted June 1st indicating that fees were paid. So I would like to, and also noting that with respect to non-seeker, the applicant provided an email from DEC stating that the site status update report is approved and groundwater monitoring will continue on an annual basis. So I'd like to make a motion to grant on condition. No sign is permitted that advertises car washing. Car washing cannot be a primary use on the site, but must be incidental to the minor repairs, inspection, and lubritorium at the site. So with that condition, a motion to grant.
Chair Perlmutter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta. Repeat,
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta. I can't hear you.
Aye.
Thank you. Application is granted. Item number 9, 51675BZ, 330 East 61st Street, Manhattan. You can go. Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Photos
you can
of the-
leave. I'm sorry.
So a member of the public is left because we have voted that one out. Okay. So we did receive, we were waiting for photos of the mezzanine operations, which were submitted yesterday. I hope the commissioners were able to see that. And unless there are additional comments, feel free to make them. I thought that was fine. The photos indicated something that is approvable. So I'd like to make a motion to grant on condition that there shall be no lighting and no amplified sound on the roof area. There's an outdoor roof area that's used for lounging. No amplified sound, no lighting. Motion to grant.
Chair Perlmutter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda.
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta.
Aye.
Application is granted. Item number 10, 59976BZ, 7002 72nd Place, Queens.
1 second. All right. We received, as requested, a photo of the painted block wall. And I really want to thank the applicant and the owner for their cooperation and care of the site. So I'd like to make and then there's a question that I would like to verify with everyone about the term. This is a question posed by Deputy Counsel Vine in terms of preparing the resolution. The question is, are we granting 15 years from the expiration date of December 21st, 2016 Or is it a new 15-year term from June 28, 16? No, so June 28th, basically today. Sorry, I have a typo here. June 28th, 21. So that's my question, and this is just to remind everybody what this is. This is an extension of term of a variance for a 2-story accessory storage and shipping building. You know, I think that the applicant's been really responsive. And so I'm in favor of granting from now, but I'm open to others. Does anybody have an objection to granting from today? No? Anybody? I don't see hands. Okay, so then I'd like to make a motion to grant starting from today's approval date, assuming it is approved, and making a motion to grant on condition that the trash pickups occur before 11 p.m. That was something that we had discussed. Okay, so motion to grant on that condition for
Motion to grant, Chair, sorry.
Yeah.
Are you I'm sorry.
15-year term starting from the date, today's date.
Today's date, okay.
Mhm.
Chair Promoter, excuse me, you guys take it to the other room? Sorry, I apologize.
Okay, go ahead.
Chair Promoter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda, Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta. Thank you, granted.
I didn't hear either Commissioner
Aye.
Shanda or Shabeta. Okay, do that again. Shanda?
Commissioner, Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta.
Aye.
Okay,
Great. thank
sorry
you.
for the interruption. Item number 11, 10581BZ, 235 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
Again, this is a question about the term. I believe the board stated that it was open to a 15-year grant from 15-year term, not from the grant date, not from the 2012 expiration date. I just want to make sure that commissioners agree with that, because that's actually a 10-year additional, you know, they went for 10 years without getting an extension. I'm okay with it, but mostly because of the nature of this use. It's a very benign use that's really sort of, let's say, benign in a residential district. So
I'm
the
fine.
applicant, everyone's okay with it? Just give me
Yeah.
a display. Okay, thank you. Everyone's nodding their heads, yes. Okay, thank you. The applicant submitted photos of the planting as requested. The statement of facts were updated to show compliance or not with the, I was just thrown out of the meeting.
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Oh, you
We
can?
can hear
You're
you.
in.
Okay, no, I'm still there. I'm sorry. My screen disappeared. Okay, sorry. The statement of facts were updated to show compliance or not with the terms of the grant. And I want to make a note that the hours and signage change so that we make sure that the resolution notes that. The hours of operation originally, so the hours of operation have been changed to Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., closed Sunday. And the signage now measures 24.5 square feet in area and is double-faced, non-illuminated. So the resolution should so state. And I don't see any conditions. Those are just information to be shown on the resolution. Okay, for a motion to grant.
Chair Promoter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta.
Aye.
Application is granted. Item number 12, 2191BZ, 2407, 2417 Linden Boulevard, Brooklyn.
We're going to defer this one till a later date.
We're going to defer it?
Yeah, deferred decision.
Okay. Item number 13, 200-01 BZ, 18215 Hillside Avenue, Queens.
Okay. Just a second, scrolling, here we go. They requested, just to clarify, a 2-year extension to obtain the C of O. The applicant submitted proof of payment of violations and DOB approval of the facade repair program to respond to those violations, and there's no open seeker, so motion to grant.
Chair Perlmutter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta.
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta.
Aye.
Application's been granted. Item number 14, 21-10 BZ, 2801 Roebling Avenue, the Bronx.
Second. Sorry. They reduced the height of the light poles. They actually installed new light poles. And the measurements, lumen spread measurements were taken as directed by the board at the property line. These measurements revealed a very slight spillage that the lighting engineer has represented will be corrected by the installation of the light shields. The light shields were installed, but no subsequent readings were taken. Because the additional spillage was very slight, I do agree that the light shields will probably have the desired effect. And I really do think that lowering the height and adding the shields will be a big improvement to the neighbors who have lived with lots of light in their place. Also a revised noise study was done showing ambient and menu board generated noise to be about the same, with the speaker output level set at what's called the number 10. But because such setting designations change with the equipment, on one piece of equipment, it might be 10 and another one, it might be 3 or 50 or something. I don't think we should talk about a setting of 10. We should just condition approval, I believe, on no menu board output measurements at the property line to exceed ambient level street readings, and just leave it at that, which is what they basically were demonstrating to us. So that's my recommendation. Perhaps Commissioner Sheta has other recommendations, but I'm just going to give also the condition, which is that trash pickup not earlier than 7 a.m. or later than 9 p.m. weekdays only permitted. So as opposed to being very specific about the days of the pickup, at least if they change the days or the cart, or it'll just keep it within 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. weekdays. Okay, so I'm going to go around the room in case anyone has suggestions about anything else and the menu board setting. So Vice Chair Shanda.
I'm satisfied.
Okay. Commissioner Otley Brown.
I'm satisfied with the settings, given the fact that I don't believe there are any windows alongside that lot line.
Right, okay. Commissioner Sheta.
Thank you, Chair. I'm satisfied with the idea, just the wording in the resolution. It shouldn't say that the menu board generated shouldn't exceed the ambient. It should say, and I just want to be careful with the wording, the menu board generated noise shouldn't raise the noise level at the residential lot line above the ambient. Because if we allow it to go to the ambient, then that means that the resultant at the end will be the ambient plus the ambient. So it's going to be 2.
I see.
So we should say it shouldn't result in increasing the noise level at the residential property line above the ambient level.
Okay. Did you get that, Chase?
I got it. Thank you.
Great. Okay. Okay, great. So then, and Commissioner Shabeta.
Thank you, Chair. I'm satisfied.
Okay, great. All right, so based on that, those conditions, trash and the ambient level, motion to grant.
Chair Promoter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda.
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta.
Aye.
Application has been granted. Item number, 15, 2020 34A, 45 John Street. Manhattan?
Yeah. I just want to say, I know I was the one who kept saying, you got to redo the zoning calculations. They don't make any sense. So they submitted yet another set of zoning calculations, and I want to say I have no comment anymore on the zoning calculations. I don't want to get into it anymore. They're good enough for our purposes, and DOB will review it for their own purposes to verify compliance with maximums for commercial and residential and so on. And we're only being asked to make the findings for the reduced court size. And I think we've done that. So I'd like to just make a motion to grant, no condition.
Chair, okay, sorry. Chair Promoter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta.
Aye.
Application's been granted. Item number 16, 2019 16 BZ 25001 Northern Boulevard, Queens.
Lots of notes. Okay. We received photos of the installed work, I think. It's actually kind of hard to see from these whether all the work was done, since I still see cracks in the asphalt and bare spots in the planting beds. But I thought otherwise the site looks pretty good. So I just want to ask the other commissioners what they think. And also an updated EAS was submitted on June 23rd and is acceptable to our seeker officer, Tracy Benke. Yeah, those are the comments. Okay, so please let me know what you think about what the site conditions reveal. Vice Chair Shanda.
I was okay with the submission that's been submitted. I think the last bit of leftover tasks that we were supposed to do has been taken care of. It's in very good condition. It's clean. The asphalt, yes, there are a little bit of cracks, but overall it's in a much better situation than it was before. And the fence has also been fixed. So I'm satisfied overall.
Okay. Okay, Commissioner Otley Brown.
I agree with you that the photos were not that clear and what work was done, but I think that throughout the case, we saw that they were steadily making improvements in the site, and so I'm okay with voting this out today.
Okay, great. And Commissioner Sheta.
I want to say I've been to this site at the very beginning of this case. I believe the cracks were in like that wide. I believe the photos indicate that they already sealed them. In addition, they took care of like the other comments, including fixing the fence. So I'm satisfied with the work done so far, and I thank them for that work.
Okay, thank you. And Commissioner Shabeta. Can't hear you.
Can't
if you're
hear you.
speaking. What?
Thank
Oh,
you, Chair.
Commissioner Shabeta,
I'm-
yeah.
I am satisfied with this application. I do appreciate the changes they made. Although the photographs were, as you said, difficult to understand, I do think they cleaned up the site, and I'm satisfied with this and prepared to vote on it.
Okay, so then I'd like to make, with no conditions, a motion to grant.
Chair Promoter,
Yes, aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta.
Aye.
Application has been granted. Item number 17, 2019 275 BC, 122 West 27th Street, Manhattan.
As requested, the plans were corrected to show offices instead of massage rooms. And this is a legalization. And I recommend, I think everyone agreed that it would be a new 10-year term starting as of today's date. And just to clarify for council, the hours are 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., 7 days a week. So a motion to grant with a 10-year term starting today.
Chair Promoter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta.
Aye.
I can't
Not
hear you.
hear you.
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Application has been granted. Item number 18, 2020 18BZ, 920 Shore Boulevard, Brooklyn.
We're going to defer this decision.
Okay. Item number 19, 2020 42BZ, 155 Gerard Street, Brooklyn.
Okay. This one, there was a little bit of back and forthing in the last couple of days with a recent submission.
You're bouncing
of
in and
the-
out, Marjorie.
Oh,
Go ahead.
what do I do about it? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, there was a little bit of back and forth in the last couple of days because the drawings kept getting amended. So I just want to explain that the note of the DOB making the determination about the legality of the existing rear yard extension that extends that obstructs the required 30-foot rear yard by almost 15 feet. The note was improved on the drawings to direct DOB to review that to see whether it's an existing complying or non-complying, non-complying condition, legal non-complying. And also to make clear that if it turns out not to be a legal non-complying condition, the applicant has to return to the BSA to remove the 5 feet that extends beyond the 20-foot mark, because we don't have the authority to grant a 15-foot rear yard. But I would like council to note in the resolution that if it's required to return to the BSA to remove that 5-foot length, then we can do it by letter. So if that works for council to indicate that that can be approved by letter, with as long as there's no other changes, obviously it's approved. So there's that. And then the other part of it is they removed from consideration of the perimeter wall anything that was in that non-complying 30-foot rear yard extension, and they're maintaining the sidewall, the existing sidewall, so they add up to the 50% that they're required to do of retained perimeter wall. Let me know if you have any questions about that, or Chase, if you have questions about that. So, and I want to make very clear in the resolution that DOB's determination that it's not a legal no, actually, okay, that part's okay, never mind. Yeah, okay, so unless there are questions, I'd like to make a motion to grant basically on those conditions that DOB has to verify that the incursion beyond the 20-foot point is an existing legal non-compliant condition that can remain. Okay, otherwise they have to return to us to amend the drawings. Okay. Is that okay, Chase?
That's fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Got
so
it.
Motion to grant on that condition.
Chair Promoter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda.
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta.
Aye.
Application is granted. Item number 20, 2020 70BZ,
Oh.
1903 Homecrest Avenue, Brooklyn.
Okay, so Tony
one's-
froze with me, so I'm going to read this again. It's item 2020-70BZ, 1903 Homecrest Avenue, Brooklyn. They
This is a
requested a deferral on
Right.
this.
Okay, so this is a deferred decision.
Yes.
Item number 21, 2020 75BZ, 474 7th Avenue, Manhattan.
Okay, this one, fire department has actually vacated the building and won't allow occupancy until the fire escape is corrected. So we have to defer decision on this.
Actually, DLB, I believe, was actually vacated the building, not fire
Oh,
department.
sorry, okay,
So we're deferring?
yes,
Okay. This is until the fire escape is replaced.
apparently, yeah.
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 Okay. Item number 22, 2020, 80BZ 459 Lexington Avenue, Manhattan.
So we did receive a letter of no objection from the fire department on this because they had objected. And so again, this is a legalization. I'm sorry, I didn't get the answer to Chase's question about when the PC began operations. But in any event, I would like to recommend a 10-year term beginning as of today's date. So, and the question is, are we permitting a 24/7 operation? These types of spas are very often 24 hours, especially like in the West 30s. It's very common that they're 24-hour operations. So I don't have a problem with that. If any other commissioners have an issue, please let me know. Otherwise, I'd like to make a motion to grant with a 10-year term beginning today with 24/7 operation. Okay. Anybody have objections to that proposal? I don't see anybody raising their hand. Okay. All right, so proceed.
Chair Perlmutter, the motion to
Aye.
grant. Chair Perlmutter.
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta,
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta.
Aye.
Granted. Item number 23, 76456BZ 20005 Horace Harding Expressway, Queens, sorry.
All right. So we just need to have, so the requested materials and improvements were submitted. I think it was starting back in May, correct? And then subsequent submissions on that. So I just want to make clear that the resolution has to state that the lumens are not 0 at the lot line, but that that the board found that lumens in excess of 0.0 at the lot line were appropriate in this case because the adjoining property is commercial. Okay, so, and again, we're going to be extending the term 10 years from. Chase.
Madam
We
Chair,
didn't, wait, we didn't
Madam-
do that, madam. Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a note before of another idea. It's not here before us. Okay. We were trying to help the applicant out, so there was a little side discussion.
The application is as filed. It was not amended
Yes.
to include the request for extension of term.
Correct. Thank you, Tony.
mm,
All right. So then,
Madam Chair,
sorry. Yeah.
I have a suggestion
Vice
with,
Chair has a question, Madam Chair.
Yeah.
I have a question with regards to the wording. Instead of saying because the abutting use is commercial, could we say the abutting use has non-residential use? Because even if let's say there was a community facility use, which is what I think it's a mix of community and commercial. So so it's where when the use is residential is where accidents of the lumen count becomes more of an issue.
No, but actually I want to be careful there because community facility includes dormitories. It
With sleeping
includes
accommodation.
sleeping.
Right,
So maybe
anything
we'll-
without sleeping accommodation.
Yes, so maybe we say it is, it's not residential or community facility with sleeping accommodations. Maybe
Okay.
we specify it like that.
Is
Mhm.
that contrary to the admin noted?
Well, why?
No,
Commissioner Shetta has his hand up.
Shetta.
Okay.
I suggest to put it in the resolution as since the adjacent property is a commercial use that's not seen by the board to be negatively impacted by spread lumen values or something like that.
Yeah, I agree. That clarifies it because you could have arguably any kind of a use where, like, for instance, a hotel is a commercial use. We
Yeah,
talked
yeah,
about that before in another case. So that has sleeping accommodations and it's commercial, right? Or
Yes.
there might be a really sensitive type of commercial use next door, or whatever that might be, say a doctor's, a hospital,
Yes.
which isn't, well, that's community facility,
Yeah.
but that's another one. right? So I think that's the best way to quantify it, that it's not going to be negatively affected
Yes.
in the view of the board by the lumen spread. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so for a motion to grant on that, it's not exactly a condition, it's just part of the findings in the resolution.
Okay. Chair Perlmutter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta.
Aye.
Application is granted. And this concludes the 2020, June 30th, 2021 BSA meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. Well, don't hang up. I just want to say, anyone who's listening, that again, the board is going to be scheduling all of the hearings all the cases that were adjourned as the result of the requirement, which was the result of the requirement to no longer hold exclusively Zoom hearings. So the board will be rescheduling those to a later date, and we'll be posting on our website what that later date is and notifying the applicants directly on those later dates. Okay, thank you, everyone, for your
Thank you.
understanding.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody.